Where are my people at? Excited to be back. Excited. Got a lot to talk to you guys about today. Just where I've been at, how everything's going. Let's get into it. Let's let it build up a little bit. Really happy to be back here. Man, it's been like almost 2 weeks or so. I mean, I've been slacking. How's everybody else doing? Where is everybody at? Let's get this chat room popping. How's everybody doing today? Excited to be here with you guys. What is going on with the chat room here? There we are. There we go. There's the people joining up. Now I see the numbers climbing. How's everybody doing? Excited to be back here. I know I've been slacking on you guys. I know. I suck. I focus on this, and then this thing falls behind, and I focus on that, and then this thing falls behind. It's kind of one of those situations. No excuse. I am a dedicated YouTube puller, so I need to be here for you guys a little bit more. So I need to stop coming up with these lame-ass excuses as to why I haven't been here. How are you guys doing today? Who's up? Who do I have in here? Who's in here? Make yourself known. Michael Edwards, what's going on, bud? Mike, if you could share this stuff on, share this stream on Reddit and Discord. Maybe Facebook. I mean, shoot. Whatever. Got Brendan Daniels in here. What's going on? Frank Lasardi. What's going on, man? Thanks for coming in here, guys. I appreciate it. Hang out with me for a little bit. I know Uncle John's going to go live here in a couple hours. I figured I would start a little earlier than normal. Huz, yo, what's going on, man? Stista, why are you doing this? I'm supposed to sleep now. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Get yourself some sleep, or you can hang out with us. It's whatever. Clerk's in here. What's going on? Yo, Heraclio Ramirez in the chat. That's Hercules himself in the chat. What's going on, Heraclio? Thanks for jumping in. Is it me? Are you looking bigger today? I mean, I'm out here lifting weight. Guys, I'm training my ass off. So I'm lifting like a monster, eating, and the whole works. So hopefully over these next few months, I will be getting big, real big. Got to have some mass on me to go to that level, hopefully. Huz says, is me. Oh, wait, that was him. Bishop Arm Wrestling. Yo, Derek, hello from AZ. What's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. Hopefully, me and my squad will be out there in Arizona in August 6th, 7th was the plan. So, yeah. Glenn Peterson, let's go. Rami, what's going on? Thank you, man. Looking jacked, they say. Woo! Trying, guys. I'm trying. You know what I think it is? I think one of the big things is, you know how, so naturally, like before arm wrestling, I've always been like a real tricep-y guy. Like I didn't work on it. I just I was gifted with triceps. And so I've been doing a lot of pressing lately, like benching and overhead press and stuff, a lot of tricep work. And they say your triceps is like 70% of your arm size or some shit. So as those are blowing up, it makes my arms look bigger. So I think it's mostly just tricep shit. I wouldn't read into it too much. Huz says, I love energy from you in these live streams. So nice to just be here. Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate you being here. Yeah, a lot of these guys are real monotone, real on these live streams. I ain't about that energy, man. I gotta be. I'm not about this lighting though, and the shadow going on my face right now. I'm not about that. I think that's weird, but I really don't have a plan to fix it right now. Sorry about that, guys. You're gonna have to suffer with me on the lighting situation. Sap the Bee says, do you think Chance Shaw can beat Morozov? Absolutely not. Morozov is an absolute animal. No, I don't mean it that way. Chance Shaw versus Morozov. Chance is great. Good buddy of mine. Fantastic arm wrestler. Up and coming. Killing everything. But Morozov just destroyed Arif Ertem, who's the current WAF champion. So I think we're talking about two different levels right there. For now. I'm not saying Chance won't get there, but I'm saying like right now, if that match was today, I would bet the bank on Morozov currently. But Chance is on a big upward trajectory. That's my boy. And who knows in the future. I don't think I can beat Morozov either right now. Just to let you guys know. So Morozov is an absolute monster. Shane Carey, welcome here. Says you're a monster. You a monster. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm trying to become a monster, right? In order for for me to go battle with these monsters, which is the plan. I gotta be a monster myself. The lighting makes you more of a raw live streamer like Devin. You wouldn't really have much. You wouldn't have to. You wouldn't really have to put so much into production, unlike Monster Michael Todd. Yeah, I have stuff. I have like because when I stream in my garage, I have a better setup in there. I have the ring light. I got different lighting. I got different tripods and stuff in there. It's really hot out right now, and my garage has no air in it. It's super hot out there, and it just started raining. It's hot and raining. It's really weird. So I'm inside the house right now. So I'll plan to be out there for the next stream though for you guys. Blake says, why do I keep hearing you're running from Schoolboy? I've never been offered a match from Schoolboy, so I'm not sure how I'm running from him. Right now, Schoolboy is like, he's a fantastic arm wrestler at a very high level. Not exactly sure what level, but at a high level. I think a match with us would be good. But in terms of me moving up, the only thing me arm wrestling Schoolboy would do would be entertaining for you guys and maybe help social media. And so in terms of like me trying to climb this rankings and etch my way towards having a match with Levon one day, you know, all that, Schoolboy doesn't really help me do that as far as like being a competitor. It would be an interesting match. I'd love to grip up with him, but it's not like on my radar as far as something I'm chasing right now. But yeah, definitely not running from him. That would be weird. Why would I run from someone? The worst that can happen is I get pinned. I mean, I'm not going to die unless he can do something I don't know about. Rami says, your live streams are the coolest. Keep it up. Thanks, bud. I really appreciate that, man. Sap the Bee says, which side of the cone handle is more useful for top rollers when cupping? For top rollers, there's an upside to both sides of the cone. So for those of you guys that don't know what we're talking about here, a cone handle is a wrist, it's something you do wrist curls with, right? It's shaped like a cone, like an ice cream cone. So wherever the fatter part of the handle is, if it's on your bottom two fingers, then you naturally use the bottom two fingers more to control the fat part. So when the fat part's on the top two fingers, then you'll be cupping with your top two fingers and kind of keeping a high knuckle, which would benefit top rollers a little bit more. So I'd say having the fat part on the top two fingers would generally benefit top rollers more because it'll get you used to cupping through your top knuckle and through the top part of their hand. The fat part on the bottom two fingers will get used to challenging that and probably supinating in a little bit to kind of sink in a hook. But there are styles of top rolling where you want to clench down with those bottom two fingers as well. So it's not a blanket statement at all. Oh, you guys are already going quick. I saw Corey West versus Chance Shaw mucking about on the after table. Corey West seems like he is 2 levels above Chance. You got to remember, and I'm not saying that Chance can beat Corey or anything like that, but you also got to remember side tables are really different, and Chance is not a slow puller. That's a practice pull after an event. So that really doesn't give us a read on what a real ready go would look like. It might look like that. It could possibly be Corey destroying Chance, but Chance is a very offensive style arm wrestler whose main style goes against hook pullers, kind of like Corey West. So and Chance fires off in a real ready go with straight wrists and everything like that. It might look a little different, but Corey's at an insane level as well. So who knows what it'll look like. But I wouldn't read into that practice match too much. Let's see. Al Smith, do you have a match in the next King of the Table in November? I have not talked to them about a match yet. I put my name out there. Well, I talked to them like the day after the Devin match, and I said, hey, I'm down to have a match. You give me one with hopefully Big Alex from Poland. I would love to have it. And he said, interesting. And I know Big Alex, tagged Adam Silver, Larry's manager, cameraman. He tagged him in a post and told him he'd want to match with me as well. So hopefully we can make that happen. I know I'm the big underdog with that match, but I'd still like to do it. Huz says, DW about production, I'd say we like it like this. Thank you, man. Dino Mooslick, thanks for joining up, says, sorry if I mispronounced your name, man, says, when you are gripping up with your opponent to start a match, do you right away engage your back pressure? Do you right away engage your back pressure right away? Or do you engage back pressure when the match starts? Thanks. It depends on your move, man. If you're a top roller, top rollers generally like to load, right? Because you want to put pressure in the guy's fingers before the go. One, so they can't readjust, right? If there's already pressure in their fingers, it's hard for them to let off their fingers and move, right? If you're already applying pressure before the go. And two, if you're top rolling and we're loading up in the setup, then I already have you basically showing me your strength levels, and I can kind of read and adjust where we're at if I have enough to even mess with your hand. And it's easier for me to deal with you going 80%, 80 to 100 miles an hour than it is 0 to 100 miles an hour. So loading up is awesome for a lot of times, mostly for top rollers. They do it because, yeah, I want to get you showing me your cards a little bit before we say go. Also, I want to put pressure on your fingertips and see where you're at, see how awesome your wrist feels and things like that. So I like loading up as a top roller, but I'm a big slow dude, right? So some fast top rollers obviously would not like to load up as much. But me personally, I apply back pressure in the setup when I top roll. Right? I can do it the other way, but that's just generally what I do. By the way, is there an arm wrestling Discord? Can someone share the link? Of course there's an arm wrestling Discord. Thank you for bringing it up. I'm always promoting the Discord, guys. There's 2 Discord servers, 2 main ones, and I know people are making some other ones. I don't know the names of them, though. But there's 2 main ones. There's one called Polar Public, which was the first one ever created. And then there was a second one just called Arm Wrestling Discord. That's the one I created. It's about half the size of Polar Public, but Polar Public has so many people, and there's a lot of trolling going on in there. I hang out in there too. You'll catch me in there every once in a while, but it gets a little crazy in there. So you'll find me in the Arm Wrestling Discord all day, every day, answering any questions you guys have. And we go on voice chat, and I'll live stream some of my training sessions and things like that. First super chat of the night coming in from Bishop Arm Wrestling. Says, trying to figure out if I prefer a high posting top roll versus lower hand. Hard to utilize cup with high grip. Tell me what to do. Don't say it depends. Well, I don't know enough about you, man, and your hand size and your length and where you're strong and where you're weak and things like that. So, we'll say you're trying to decide between a high posting top roll, guys. He's talking about a high wrist, just driving straight back top roll, or a low hand top roll. Now, I'll tell you this, right? If we're going to just give like blanket advice and statements like this, then a high knuckles is always a better way to go. It'll lead to more things. It provides more options. If you control the top of the tower, then you can crash down wherever you want, right? You can crash down from the top. So having height and having high knuckle control will always lead to more options. So as a blanket statement, if you just, everybody's perfectly equal and I had to decide between the two, I would say trying to maintain rising is always a good idea, especially when that'll transition to hooking and other things in your future in the sport. That'll provide way more options than low hand top rolling. When you become a dedicated low hand top roller, then it doesn't transition to much, and it's a super offensive move. There's a lot of weird things that happen with low hand top rolling. It's a great move, but I would say that high posting top roll will suit you better for your career, right? If you make me answer a question that way. Because I always say it depends. Okay. Sorry. Oh, but you guys are going quick. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. Here we are. You ever pulled Cody Merritt? Yes, I pulled Cody Merritt right-handed one time like a year or two ago, and he beat me. I tried to top roll, and I didn't realize how strong his hand was. Left-handed, I've never pulled Cody. Wait, I just pulled Cody and Hawthorne left-handed. Yeah, he destroyed me. Forgot about that. James Elliott says, hey, guys, how's everyone? What's going on, James? Thanks for joining up. What do you think of Gennadi's upcoming match against Tsar Pazulayev? He beat Morozov and Dzarenov quite easily right-handed. I have not heard about that. You just told me about it. So I will have to do some research. I don't know enough about Tsar, so I would have to look into that. Thank you for letting me know, and that's what I'll be doing from now on, doing a little bit of research into that for sure. Great tuning in says, yo, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining up. Blake says, I agree that it would be like Larry and Schoolboy match, but flipped, you being Schoolboy and him Larry, LOL. But yes, you should get that match. It could definitely help move you in the social media. Yeah, it definitely would, for sure. But, social media, I do like being able to hang out with you guys and respond to the questions and stuff, and I know you guys like that as well. So I like that. But I'm not saying I don't want the, social media stuff to blow up for me, but, it's not all that there is in life. Brendan Daniel says, July 23rd, 24th, Moscow Arm Wrestling Cup. Amazing event. Can't miss it. I'll have to check that out. Richard Lepke's versus Schoolboy. I'm trying to think of a way Schoolboy could win that. I have to say Richard. Because I think you have to... I don't think you can top roll Richard. I'd have to say Richard. Only because I see that match. Richard Lepke's is an absolute monster. Scariest man I've ever met in person. He maintains knuckles up when he grips up usually, and it's really hard sideways. If Schoolboy tries dumping and pulling backwards and Richard stays high and grips, I can't see Schoolboy rolling out Richard's hand. So I think Richard just controls from up top, and Schoolboy folds. That's how I would see the match going. If it didn't happen that way, crazy. Great says, Derek, what was your worst arm wrestling injury and how'd you overcome it? My worst arm wrestling injury hasn't been anything that bad, guys, compared to I've never had an arm break or a bicep tear or, pec tear or anything like that. I had an injury in my wrist right here, and it's still not even 100% healed. It's honestly, because of my injury, I became more well-rounded right-handed. I was traditionally a hardcore posting top roller. I went into the straps with Devin Larratt. Was the final time I got hurt. And he did some ninja strap stuff, and I was pulling up, and then he pulled up, and my wrist popped. But it popped like kind of bad. And I didn't realize it at the time because I was so hyped up. But later on, I realized I couldn't rise. I couldn't rise, cup, and pronate at the same time anymore. Not with significant resistance. So I can do like a lift in the gym, and I can rise. Or I can do a lift in the gym, and I can cup. And I can pronate. But when I try to do all three at the same time with significant resistance, traditionally for the last few years, and that happened 6 years ago, there was a grinding in my wrist, and my wrist would give out, which kind of sucks. That was an important aspect of arm wrestling. So as a top roller, I started learning how to top roll, not with a completely dumped wrist, but with a little bit lower. And then I learned how to hook. That's what started me hooking right-handed, because I was like, well, better start going inside. So that was probably the worst injury for me. And I've had it well compared to a lot of other guys, right? So, let's see. Sap the Bee says, what are your favorite exercises for pronation? I always end up cupping, but can never pronate to finish. Favorite exercise for pronation? I always end up cupping. I always end up cupping, but I can never pronate to finish. One of the big things I think, you guys, that people do not do ever nowadays, especially in North America, I don't see people doing this at all, is I consider there not two types of pronation, but there's two sections or phases of pronation. There's defensive pronation, where a guy hits, your palm is up, and you're trying to pronate to keep yourself from getting pinned. Generally, that pronation is from palm up to thumb up. And that's what you see 90% of arm wrestlers doing, right? They have a band down, they have a rope down to something kind of weight on the ground, or a low pulley or something like that, and they go 1, 2, 3. That's their range of motion. But what they don't do is the other side of pronation, right? The pinning part of pronation, where once you stop defense, you drive and you start rotating, you need to be strong at this part of the pronation as well. So thumb up to palm down. So what you want to do is you want to get how can I recreate this right now? All right. It comes from a high attachment coming down, right? So a high pulley system, the angle comes down. You get something you want to get a hold of, I don't know, like this, right? And say there's a rope coming out of this to this high attachment. You tuck your elbow with your offhand, because if you don't hold your elbow in with your offhand, what you'll do naturally is you'll pronate like this. You'll start pronating with your shoulder and everything like that, not with your actual pronator teres and your pronator quadratus, right? So what you want to do is you want to hold that elbow in, have that high attachment, and keep it light. You guys, you're going to be much weaker at this than the other style of pronation. And then you just finish it. And you are going to feel the top part of your pronator right here, your pronator teres, where it connects up here. You're going to feel it screaming. Just sit there and do some offensive pronation. You'll be much weaker at it, but it's something to build big time. So in terms of pronation work, if you're not doing the defensive pronation, then start doing offensive pronation as well. Sorry, answers are getting a little long. Brendan Daniel says, Irakli versus Maxim, Zarab versus Tatyev on that card as well. Those are all amazing arm wrestlers. Irakli's on a tear. Maxim is getting older, so I go there. Zarab versus Tatyev. Tatyev. I'm going with that. Zarab's a beast. That guy is. I've seen him hooking with Levon. He's an absolute monster. But Tatyev's on a tear, so I'll go with Tatyev. Sap the B. Who do you think wins a Michael Todd versus 120 kg Hermes rematch? Considering Hermes was 95 kg last time, but Mike is a different beast this time as well. You guys, everybody always thinks only one person grows. They both have grown and matured. I think Mike's going to be on a tear for a little while, guys. I think the next couple matches we see from Mike Todd are going to be a little bit scary, to be honest. Got another super chat from Great. $5 super chat. Thank you so much for supporting, man. Says, I jacked up my inside elbow when I went too hard hooking in practice. Any advice for speeding up the healing process and pain from hooking? JMs are great for me. Well, if you like JMs, then you answered your own question kind of a little bit. But I'd say First off, taking it light, going through the motions. Once you get to the point where you can go through the motions, go through the motions a little bit with slight resistance, a band or something like that. What tends to happen if it's the traditional elbow popping that most people get from going sideways, it happens here in the elbow right here, guys. It's like 3 pops. Sometimes you'll see some light bruising. Usually it takes you out of the hardcore side pressure for about, depending on how fast you heal, like 5 months or so. It can take you out of just jamming sideways. It really starts popping. So what you want to do is, one, rehab work. JM presses don't hurt at all. But if you had the popping that I'm thinking happened, then a lot of it is enacted when you do down pressure like this, or radial deviation. So when you start doing that down pressure right there, then I would rehab that specifically. Get a high pulley attachment going from over your bottom knuckle up to the pulley, and just lightweight start getting some blood in there and working your down pressure in the gym. If that's the pain that happened to you right there. If it's just general inside elbow pain, then just take it easy a little bit, top roll for a little while, let it heal, and then slowly get back into the hooking. Would be my best advice, because you're already doing the JM presses. So let's see. Rockley versus Schoolboy, who wins? You want to say Rockley right away, but if Rockley goes hardcore hooking and Schoolboy gets to fire off with his move, which is meant to beat hook pullers, I still give it to Rockley. Okay, I still give it to Rockley, but it might be interesting. It might be interesting. But I mean, if I was a gambling man, I'd put money on a Rockley. Al Smith says Monster Michael Todd has nothing for Hermes, in my opinion. To go from being number one, or hailed as potentially number one in the world, to having nothing, in people's opinion, to have nothing for Hermes all of a sudden, after one loss, suddenly you ain't got shit for Hermes. Man, that's crazy, right? That's crazy. One match just destroys people's whole view of it. In my opinion, Hermes is great. I think that Hermes lost stock when in that match versus Matt Mask. I think Hermes, in my opinion, when people were asking my rankings, I had Hermes at like 6th. After that match with Matt, I moved Hermes down in my head to like 8th, 9th. The fact that Matt Mask is great. Love Matt, super high level dude. But the question we have to ask right now about that match, Matt took a match off Hermes. He did, right? He rolled him out. So that means that they're comparable. Hermes obviously won, but Matt could get a win in there. So it's not like landslide difference, right? So they're around the same level. So now, is Matt Mask able to mess with Levon and Levon and those top guys, or is Gennady lower level than we thought? One of those two options, one of those two things is happening right now, right? Either they're both way up there, or they're both down a little bit. Because we'll put Hermes one or two rankings above Matt, right? But I'm just saying that like they have to be comparable, guys. If Matt took a match, because do you think Matt would take a match off Levon? I don't think so. I think Levon, he's 6-0'd everybody. I think he 6-0's Matt, and I can't. So if he can take a match off Hermes, I mean he has to be around that level, in a sense, right? So that moved Hermes down a little bit, right? In my mind, everybody has their own opinions, Let's see where we're at. Levi Prince says, "Hey, what's up, guys? Levi, is that the Levi that's gonna be pulling Kyle DePew? I forget the date. Is that the Levi, the big boy? What's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Desperation Pinocchio, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining up. Says, what's good, Big D? Just hanging out, talking to the YouTubes who I have been slacking on for a while now. How are we at 26 likes, guys? 72 people in here? Yo, tripping! Okay, what you gotta do is you're gonna exit out of the live chat, and then there's a little thumbs up. You gotta click that. Let's boost this up to like 46. You like that? 46 likes right now, if we could. And then let's get back on track. What do we do with the thumbs up? You guys are slacking right now. And then just bring back up the live chat. It's real easy. Osvaldo says, do you think you can take on Alex Toproll? Wait, Alex. So you're talking about Alex that runs the YouTube channel? Me and Alex, we've arm wrestled a few times. I'm too much for Alex. Because I'm okay going knuckles up and posting, which is not the best thing for his move. Let's see. Lavin, thanks for joining up. Rami Majid? That name, I'm sorry. Where do you rank yourself among the previous king of the table? Rank myself among the previous king of the table. You mean like there was a bunch of matches in that? What do you mean rank that? The king of the table is not a ranking. Please specify what you mean. Like, do I think I'm better than Devin? Is that what you're asking me? Or do I think I can beat Mazza here? What do you mean? How do I rank myself in king of the table? Al Smith, any idea if Larry will be in competitions while he's in New York for 3 months? I don't know. I haven't talked to them. I'm going to reach out. I was going to message them today. I want to talk to Adam Silver and see what's going on with that. What's their plans? Where are they going to settle in? I haven't even watched. I've been slacking. I've been training so hard, guys. I haven't been watching like almost anything. Honestly, I'm just trying to every once in a while jump in a channel, do an interview or something like that to try to stay relevant. But I've just been focusing on training, guys. I'm in the gym every single day and then going to practice. So I fall behind on videos. I have heard that that Larry put out a video saying he's moving to the United States and that they're touring across the United States or whatever, going to New York and coming across. But I don't know any more details than that. I have not talked to them. So hopefully, I'm hoping Larry ends up in LA because I think that's where he was living before he went to Dubai. And then we can start working together. I'm hoping. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's the thing is Larry knows he needs tournament experience. He needs it. There's no way around it. He has to start competing. So that I know that's a big reason of as far as his arm wrestling career of him moving back to the United States. There's tournaments. So I would be really surprised if Larry Wheels didn't compete in tournaments when that's the whole point, kind of as far as arm wrestling training for him to come back and start competing. He has to get ready goes with referees and get some tournament experience underway, which is going to be rough. You guys take it fucking easy on Larry Wheels. He's new. He's going to go to tournaments, and he might not win all the tournaments, guys. Please don't roast him and shit like that. He's new, and so he's going to go there, and he has to learn how to compete and how to get into his get his mojo. And he might win tournaments. Larry's a really strong dude, but I'm saying that, like, dude, YouTube, that's the downside, right? If Larry Wheels, he's such a big name that if he competes at all, anywhere, even if he has a fun match with his uncle, like, it's going to be debuted. Everybody's going to roast him if he makes one mistake. Like, guys, we have to take it easy on Larry and just keep lifting him up and, like, understanding that he's new and he has to learn. So that's what sucks, man. Imagine the amount of stress on you if you're running a channel that size and you're just like, I want to go compete. I just want to compete. But, dude, everybody's just going to roast me for everything. So much pressure, you know? So hopefully we take it easy on Larry and he does well and keeps loving the sport because he's helping the sport a lot. Are you arm wrestling Ryan? In my AW, Permabulk asks, are you AW Ryan? No. KA says, sup, ladies? What's going on with all the ladies? Nitron, arm wrestling Derek, Michael Todd versus Matt Mask is a match that absolutely needs to happen. What is your take on that matchup? If Matt had a problem with Todd Hutchings and could flatten out his wrist but couldn't finish it, how does he do it to a Michael Todd? That's kind of what crosses my mind in that, right? So he might be able to crack Mike's wrist back somewhat, but then what happens there? What happens then? You have to have a strong inside presence to be able to deal with Mike at some point, and Matt hasn't debuted that. I'm not saying he doesn't have it, but I feel like it's something we need to see. I think Mike would be the heavy favorite. Blake says, so Devin broke you. he doing that to So Devin broke you. He been doing that lately to people. Yeah, sometimes he does. Sometimes. Says, I drop my body sideways to my so my shoulders are normal to ground and arm, and back of hand is parallel to ground, and do the offensive pronation like that using the belt if you got that. That's a lot to unpack right now. I feel like I have to reread that 7 times to really understand what you're saying. Shoulders sideways. Wait, I drop my body sideways so my shoulders are normal. Drop my body sideways so my shoulders are normal. Let me see if I get this. Normal to ground and arm and back of hand. Whoa. Yeah. Send me a video. There we go. Hey, send me a video on Instagram of you doing that thing, and then I can see it and talk. We can talk more about what you're talking about. Al Smith says, fair enough. Ronan in here says, that's due to speed. Matt is explosive. He is explosive, for sure. But would he be explosive enough to beat Levon? If you're saying that he was explosive enough to beat Hermes, okay, Hermes is fast too. And would that speed help him beat Levon? Could he win a match against Levon? That's just what sits in my head, right? With that speed, is such a level, because Hermes was supposed to be at that level of, he beat Vitaly in a practice. He's supposed to be at that level, right? Would he be able to do that? Sap the Bee says apparently the only reason Hermes lost that match was that he got cocky and tried to hold him. Otherwise, he would have won. Ryan Espy mentioned this too. But I mean, like, as we start, I mean, how if okay, so that's saying that he's more one dimensional, that he can only win if he goes and fires off. Okay, so how is he going to beat Levon? How is he going to beat? That makes him one dimensional, which also lowers him down, right? I'm just saying. And Hermes is banking on his hand control right now. Everything everybody talks about is Hermes' hand. Hermes' hand. Matt blew open Hermes' hand. Just saying. Just saying. Let's see. Zach Johnson says, I smashed it. LOL. Don't know what that means. Alien Schmalian says, Hermes got everything he wanted in the setup, and the refs helped. Maybe. Ronan, nice win on me. I saw that, mate, but I was not following that. Yeah, they're both stronger now. I agree. My position was bad anyways. Hey, from Toby Knott. Hey, big fan. Greetings from Germany. Thanks, man. Thank you for tuning in from Germany. I appreciate it. International love is always welcome. Thanks for coming in, man. Hopefully, you hang out with us for a little while. David says, nah, period. Hermes lost his hand from the go that match, period. He didn't change anything round 3, period. That match, Matt fought him harder in the strap setup and didn't let Hermes lift elbow and grab around Matt's hand. So David is saying that Matt beat Hermes legit. Alex Elise says, Alex is great, but he can't take big guys like Derek. Yeah, Alex Top Roller runs the channel. Alex is a lot smaller than me, guys. Talking about chess, Derek, so don't get too confused. Stop talking about chess in my chat. Deffer John says, hey, Derek, nice to see you again, young man. Smiley face. Hope you are making good progress so that you are ready to take on some freaky arm wrestler and beat him. That's the plan. I'm trying to become a freaky arm wrestler myself. Guys, I'm trying. It will not, if I don't make it to whatever goal, it won't be for lack of attempts and hard work. That's for sure. Larry should meet up with Eric Spoto in NYC. As far as I know, Eric is still injured in his elbow, so I highly doubt that would happen unless Eric's out there and I don't know about it. James, you know something I don't know? David says, Larry's first tournament video will go viral. It will. Clerks 93, Spoto versus Smith. I'd love to find out, but Eric, like I said, Eric's been a little inactive. James Masson, Spoto's crazy strong. I like Derek, but that's a big ask in my opinion. I'm down to compete with Eric for sure. And last time I pulled him, I was a lot weaker too. But there's just some gaps in there. I know Devin, but I agree with Devin in that if Eric Spoto gets in his position and he starts being offensive, top 5 in North America. He has so much drive. When he starts driving, it's crazy. Would he get to the offensive position, and what would happen if he doesn't? Is the question that sits in my mind, right? Let's see. Ronan says, I agree, no way he touches Levon. Rami says, I mean, if you competed in King of the Table, which match do you think you would be in? Well, I'm not at Devin Michael Todd level yet. So below that would have been Schoolboy and Larry, right? That's the next step down. So I guess that one. Reindeer Warheed says, where do you rank Jerry Carteret? I think Jerry is amazing. I think Jerry's not mentioned enough, and he's pretty underrated. Thing is, like, Jerry's he's very good against specific people, right? Fast people give him some trouble. Very powerful inside pullers give him some trouble. Usually, not always. Obviously, he beat Todd Hutchings, but like I don't see him getting to his position against a lot of the top guys. I would love to see a Jerry Carteret versus Vitali match though, because Vitali's going to take the risk, of course. But where will Jerry be when Vitali takes the risk? And I'm telling you, man, Jerry might be able to beat Vitali. I'm telling you, if Vitali takes it and Jerry gets behind it and starts cranking, all that can happen from there is Vitali gets tired. You can only hold so much weight on your brachialis and all that stuff in that position for so long, and Jerry can just lean down a lot longer than Vitali can hold up. I don't put Jerry's a heavy favorite, but I think he can. It's within him to beat that. I would love to see a Jerry Caderet and Vitali match. A lot of people mention that match. I would love to see it. And I know everybody's, it's a big step down for Vitali. That's what they think. But man, I think Jerry would be up in there. He'd be in there. But because of other people giving Jerry headaches, like I think Levon would beat Jerry pretty good. I think Dave Chafee beats Jerry. Obviously, Michael Todd beats Jerry. Devin beats Jerry. So it keeps moving Jerry down the list. Around 5th, 6th, somewhere in there. Permabulk says, message to Leo Longevity. I'm sure he would love to have you on his podcast. Would be great to see. I've met Leo. Leo used to be on the Vosgans arm wrestling team in Los Angeles. I've practiced with him a couple times. Leo's a great dude. I've heard about his podcast a lot. Great says, what does it take to pull in WAL? Have you considered it? A WAL match. I have done a WAL undercard match. That was a ton of fun. Crazy experience, guys. Like, there's the arm wrestling part of it, but there's so much more you guys don't see. You're behind the scenes with producers. You have to get there early. They walk you through, like, how to walk out on the stage. Okay, you're going to take 10 steps this way. You're going to face right. There'll be a camera on your right-hand side. You're going to take 10 more steps. You'll stop right at this line. That's where you do your scream. Then you're going to go down. It's a production. They mic you up. It's like a thing. It's so badass. It's so badass to do. So my undercard match was pretty cool. But to get into it, you need to be considered from Neil. They have to want you in there, whether it be from you being amazing or whether it being from you bringing eyes to the sport. Hopefully a mixture of both, right? But if you have a big enough following, you can make it interesting. Juji Mufu got in there, right? Not because he's a beast, but because of his following. So there's influences. But obviously they have some of the top guys. Yeah, would I consider it? Of course, I'd be an idiot to say I wouldn't consider it for sure. I don't know 100% on the decision I'd make, but I would definitely heavily consider joining WL for sure. It's just, I'm not a big fan of the contract thing. I'm not a big fan of people telling me where I can and cannot arm wrestle. And I've heard the other side of that coin where there's guys that sign that contract to WAL that say they lost their match and they don't arm wrestle for like 4 years in WAL, but WL still owns them via the contract, but WL won't give them matches. Like, what? Like, that would suck, not being able to arm wrestle wherever I want because I'm on a contract for a league that won't even let me compete. Like, so that horror story kind of is in the back of my head too. So I would definitely heavily consider it though. Nitron says, Michael Todd wants to avenge his loss to Alexi Vovoda. Could Prime Alexi Vovoda beat this new version of Devin? I mean, that's a big hypothetical, right? I never pulled with Prime Alexi Vovoda. I think Devin has a lot of options, and Devin's the smartest arm wrestler I've ever met or heard of. So I give it to Devin, I guess. Where do you put yourself with Corey West? I'd love to pull Corey. I practiced with Corey a while ago. He was too much for me, but not like a ton, not like tsunami too much for me. And I'm stronger now. So I'd love to find out in the near future for sure. Not trying to push my country or language here, not really the thing to do when you're German, but try speaking some German to Devin. His mother is German. See how he reacts. Might be fun. I'll have to try messing with him. Tim Doonan says, say you put Denis Saplenkov heads on Devin's body. Where do you rank him? Why would Denis Saplenkov's head change anything? What? Why would I put Denis Saplenkov's head on Devin's body? Would his head generate some kind of power I don't know about? I'm so confused. You mean maybe you're talking about the opposite. Put Devin's head on Dennis's body. Then you have something insane that I don't think anybody needs. You have the smartest mind on potentially the strongest arm ever. But the opposite, I don't know. 0082294 says, hey, Derek. Did you see Levon's latest 95 kg curls? It's insane. Gennady tried doing the same, but cannot do the same range of motion and control. Yeah, I saw that, man. Levon did some one-handed bicep curls with his elbow inside of his leg. Some like concentration type curls. Amazing. Dude's a fucking tank. No joke, guys. Every time I'm about to hit like a PR or a max lift in the gym, I just picture Levon lifting that weight. And I know he's not right in front of me. He's steps away. But I'm saying that, like, that's what motivates me. I got to get to that level. If I want to, my plan is to be number one in the world. If I even want to talk about that, I have to start putting up some crazy numbers like that to even be in that conversation. So I'm obsessed with those types of lifts. I'm trying to get there. David says, Jerry versus Vitali, he's a nightmare for traditional top rollers. He is. Casey Wells, Toby, I don't think he speaks German. Casey Wells. Is that my cousin, Casey Wells? Rami says, how many times a week do you do specified arm wrestling training? If you're talking about, do I do like the pulley system into the hook type of movements? I don't do those ever. I do forearm movements, pronation, cupping, rising. I do those every day. One of them, cupping 3 times a week, pronation and rising 3 times a week. But yeah, I don't do like the big sweeping lifts on a pulley system. I don't not believe in that. I don't believe in that in terms of strength gains, right? I'll just go to practice if I want to do compound movements. David says, Vitaly will run out of room like Travis did. You get stuck outside with Jerry, you're done. Linkish says, you look slimmer. Are you on a diet? Or are you going down weight classes? Oh, slimmer. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. No, I think I'm at an all-time heaviest. I think a lot of it's becoming more muscle. I'm definitely losing a little bit of body fat there. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know. My scale stops at 350, and I weigh myself at the gym almost every day to see if I'm below that. I'm not. So I'm thinking I'm like 365, somewhere in there, probably about 360. James Masterson says, would you take Travis right and left right now? No idea why he doesn't take it more serious on his channel and also being relevant to training for competition. Like I said, guys, I'm down to arm wrestle anyone, for sure. Do I consider myself the favorite against Travis right and left right now? I would arm wrestle Travis right-handed for sure. I think I could do well. Lefty, man, to ever say, yeah, I think I'll smoke Travis left-handed is kind of wild. So I think that's more of a you got to do it type of thing before you start saying some wild shit like that. But maybe right-handed, he's not training. I think I could. I hope I can get a hold of him and beat him. Damn. But I don't. He doesn't take it serious because there's not a lot of money in being a serious competitor, and you have to dedicate your whole life to it, right? Al Smith said, thoughts on Chafee and Levon's upcoming match? I think Dave is going to surprise a lot of people. I think Dave will surprise a lot of people. I have Chafee, I have Levon as the favorite, but like not out of pure horsepower. That much I know. But my opinion might change. I'm trying to get out to Dave Chafee's house, guys. I know I mentioned that a couple times on the channel. I've been in talks with Dave a little bit. It's just talks are slow. Talks are slow because I keep weird hours. I'm up in the middle of the night. That's when I message him, and it takes a day to get back, and then it's just really slow. But I've gotten some information from Adam Wilmot's been helping me, who trains with Dave, and they're helping me get out there, like figure out the dates and all that stuff. So plan is I'll go train with Dave Chafee and get some footage for you guys and really get a better opinion on that match and where everybody's at, right? Let's see. J Web Fitness in here. What's going on, Justin? Hey, I tagged Derek in a post by Leo. Be a great interview. Also, Ryan Espy, James Masterson says, also, Ryan Espy seems pretty keen for a match at the moment. How do you feel that would play out? Ryan Espy seems keen for a match with me? Did he say that? Left-handed Ryan, I'm down. I'm down to pull Ryan either hand, to be honest. My left's doing really well right now. I know Ryan's like a monster lefty, and I'm not the favorite. I'm not the favorite on either hand, but I would be down to find out. More so righty than lefty, but I'd be down to pull him both hands and see how it goes. I don't do predictions, so if you're asking me like how it goes, how many rounds do I win, I don't know. But I'm down to pull him and find out. I think I have something for him for sure. I think I'm in that fight. How do you rank Mr. Bagent? Non-existent right now. I mean, you guys, he's Travis, who no one has any idea. Not even Travis has any idea of his strength levels currently. I mean, it's just fluctuating. He's not training, so I have no idea. No real idea. Let's see. Vitaly versus Jerry. Riley Newfield says Vitaly's low hand top roll is a terrible style clash against a flat presser. Okay. Thomas Cronflux says Lupke's versus Schoolboy. Sorry if his ass just came. I said I think Lupke's has that. David, I see it being close though. Devil Raper, Rapper? Devil Raper? Derek, when will we get a huge U.S. versus Russia, Asia, and Bulgaria tournament for arm wrestling? As soon as you sponsor it, my man. You send me, I'll tell you what, right now. You send me $100,000. I will make sure that tournament happens, and I'll give all 100 grand out in payouts and flying the top guys out and making sure that tournament happens. It'll be the biggest tournament you've ever seen. We'll make it happen. The money has to be there, though. Ronan says, why is Igor even having a Vitaly versus Krasny match? I like Krasny, but this is a total mismatch and kind of a joke. I'm putting the house on Vitaly. I think Vitaly's the heavy favorite for that one for sure. he said, sorry guys, I'm getting lost a little bit. David says, if Krause has a close match with Vitali, then does that mean that Marcio can beat Vitali? Nah, styles make matchups, guys. Styles. And stylistically, a low hand top roll or similar to Vitali's style is best against hook pullers. But Marcio can pull with his knuckles up and posting, so it's a little bit different styles. So yeah, I wouldn't read into that too much. Tim Doonan says, Permabulk, yeah, you're right. I just thought Dennis on Devin sound goofier. Let's see. High Dollar Entertainment. Derek Smith versus Don Underwood in St. Louis, 8/14. What? 8/14. Probably not. Probably not. I do want to pull Don though. For sure, it is something I would like to do. I pulled Don one time ever, and he flashed the shit out of me. It was like, I think it was my fourth tournament or fifth tournament or something like that. It was long. It was years ago. I had no idea what I was doing, and he flashed me. So hey, maybe that'll happen again, but maybe not. I would love to pull Don and find out for sure where we're at. Yeah, a ton of respect for Don. Great dude. Every time I've talked to him, he's been a fantastic guy. But yeah, I don't have any plans right now for 8/14. Yeah, I'm focused on my Tom Nelson match, and then hopefully having a match at the end of September in on Arm Wars is what I'm praying. Neil, come through. Neil messaged me back. Reindeer says, are curls good for arm wrestling? Yes, of course. All curls are good for arm wrestling. All wrist flexor or elbow flexors, sorry, are good. Nitron says, at King of the Table 1, we learned that heft matters. Devin on his channel mentioned that he is a size 2XL t-shirt right now. For the Levon match, he wants to become a 3XL. Is there a limit, or is bigger better? Just bigger mass can carry more muscle, and it's a little safer as far as having more padding and stuff like that. So mass generally, but I think there's a limit on that. I think at some point it stops, but I don't know exactly where. Some people say, oh, 250 pounds. I don't know. I think if Levon got rid of all his body fat, he's still more than 250 pounds. So, yeah. Let's see. Great says, will we ever get shredded Derek or full-on pancake Derek? The plan is super shredded Derek. You guys remember me talking about that? Well, that's not the plan, but I've said a bunch of times, guys, if I come across the point where I realize, man, Derek, in order to do this, you got to take a bunch of shit and you just got to get like super massive, then that's what I'm going to do. And you guys will see super shredder Derek come out for sure. I don't want to do that. But if that's the path I cross, or the junction I get to, and I have to make the decision, I'll do it. That's the guys I'm trying to beat, and that's the level I'm trying to get at. So sorry if that offends people. I'm not telling anybody else that they should do that type of stuff, but give it to me. If I'm trying to get to that level, I'll do it, you guys. You only live once. YOLO. And I'm trying to etch my name in the history books as one of the top guys ever, right? I want to be that. I want that. I want to earn something. So, yeah. Jeremiah CH says, do you have any thoughts on stories on Dave Patton? I've never met him. I've only know pretty much what you guys know as far as watching videos and things I've heard about, but I've never met Dave at all. I would love to. Huz says, how long do you consider going extremely hard on trying to be number one, like training every day and getting massive, etc.? Until I reach it, or something happens where I can't anymore. I mean, like, if I get a crazy injury, which is like, dude, it's never gonna happen now. You've broke your spine or something, then I'll stop, obviously. Or I reach it. Yeah. I mean, I don't have a set date where, like, when I turn 40, I'm done. Like, I don't know. I'll just keep going until I come across a point where I can't, or I reach it. Ronan Unleashed, I feel like Vitali taking Krause will be asking to a father spanking his child, lots of crying too. Man, it's rough. You rough, Ronan. Why are you so rough on my boy Krause? Any near collabs on YouTube? Collabs. No, not really. I mean, I'm flying out. I'm doing stuff. I guess the closest thing to a collab would be if I get on Arm Wars, or maybe if Larry comes out, we link up again. But yeah, I haven't really planned any collabs as of right now. Just arm wrestling specific stuff, like training with Dave, but Dave doesn't have a social media presence, so I don't know if you call that a collab. Yeah, I mean, I'm out and about. Joel says, come to Canada. Although Ryan is probably further from me now than you technically, LOL. I'd love to come to Canada for sure. Luke Yeat says, what do you think about Cobra's return that he's planning to do? I've only heard tidbits about this. I don't know specifically about his return or the details of it, but that's great. It's great for the sport. Any of those guys competing and showing all the new guys what's up and how to train and how to approach a sport, I'm a big fan of. Hopefully Cobra becomes, stays uninjured and is able to compete at a high level again. That would be great. And has the fire. So yeah, I want to hear some more details about where he's going to compete and who against. I haven't been following it. Like I said, guys, for the last few weeks, I have been like not watching anything. I'm not following pretty much anything. I've just been training and sleeping and cooking and eating and hanging out with my daughter and then rinse, repeat. Brendan Daniel says, I'm back. Derek has caught up the chat. It's a mighty task. I don't think I'm caught up yet. I don't know how far I have to go. Where's that AW Derek apparel from Clerks 93? You know what? I've been thinking about that, guys. I want to get some apparel going. I need to hit up, Devin's doing it right. I need to hit him up and see how he's doing it. Super chat from Bishop Arm Wrestling says, your top roll advice is very helpful. I have slightly longer than average forearms, but don't have a big hand. When knuckles high, fingers lose contact. How? ... What do you mean? How do you, when knuckles are high, fingers lose contact? I agree. You're asking me how to do that or how to not lose contact? I don't know what how meant. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Just put in the regular chat. What do you mean? How? Oh, here you go. How can I cut their pronation? Well, top rolling is generally an offensive move, Bishop there. So, you should be firing off. So you shouldn't be too, obsessed with controlling their pronation at the end. If you're rising enough and you're out in their fingers, then your cupping should be able to finish it out because you should be up in their hand, up in their fingertips, right? Now, if you want to try to control their pronation, then you don't have to be all the way dumped, but getting a hold of them with your bottom two fingers by dumping a little bit could help you control them if you're trying to control their hand. But most of the time, top rollers are flying off the handle and they're trying to stop you, right? There's a saying that says, chase, don't make race, meaning if the other guy is going and you're trying to stop him, that puts you in second place on this race. The other guy is dictating the match and you're trying to stop it. So he's controlling what's happening. He's leading the dance, right? You want to be the person leading the dance. You don't want to be the one always trying to play catch up and hold on to other people. So as a top roller, they're generally leading the dance. They're firing off and they're being very offensive. And so the other guy's chasing them, right? And chase don't make race. So you lose if you're always in second place. If you're always chasing the first place guy, that means you're in second place, right? So I would say, yes, control can be nice, but focus on the offensive side of it and being explosive more so than anything. $2 super chat, sorry, from Rando Commando 41. Stay strong and love arm wrestling, says Rando. Yes, I agree. Stay strong and love arm wrestling. Oh, great with the $2 super chat. Why is low hand top roll good against hookers? Low hand top roller is good against hook pullers because when you drop your angle like this, generally you're putting more pressure in their bottom two. Now, hook pullers, generally, obviously there's some ways around these things, but in a general sense, hook pullers like to use their bottom two fingers because they like to supinate and get a hold of people. They like to go forward and control using their bottom two and wrist curl. So if you target specifically the bottom two fingers, which are traditionally the weakest two fingers, by raising your thumb ridge into their bottom two fingers, then they can't get a hold of you. They can't reel you in, right? So if they can't reel you in, then they can't get you in a hook. So low hand top rollers generally like to jam up into their bottom two fingers, the hook pullers' bottom two fingers, to make it so they can't secure their cup. That's why it's more proficient against hook pullers. Okay, here we go. You're in charge of putting a 5-match card on, and you can book anywhere, book anyone. What are your matches? Dude, you just asked me to pick 10 pullers to face off against each other, and what are the best matchups? That's a deep question, man. I would need another 20 minutes to answer that. 5-match card on. We'll just go off the top of my head real quick. Match everybody wants to see is Devin and Levon. Okay, we'll throw that up there. I know Devin wants that match. I talked to him. Then after that, I like to see Vitali and Jerry. So there's 2. Let's do Hermes and this is all turning like east-west. But Hermes and Dave Chafee would be cool. I want to see if Hermes can blast open Dave's hand because that's a rough sell. I don't know. I would like to see. I'd like to see Ingen and Archer finish out that match, and when Ingen's healthy. And I want to see Bose Hidar against like one of our top hook pullers. Who's a good hooker? Who's a good hooker? Who's a good hook puller? That'll come to mind right now from NA, from North America, Canada, and United States. I'm on the East-West thing. I like it. It's fun, guys. I like seeing these matchups we don't normally see. Oh, maybe Todd Hutchings? Oh, maybe like a lighter Todd Hutchings and Bose Hidar. Maybe that would be a good-ass match. Interesting. Okay, we'll put that as number 5. That's off the top of my head. Sorry, I know you guys probably think of better matches, but that was just off the top of my head. Okay, so it's crazy how far Vitali dumps his wrist versus Krause and still opens his fingers right up. Yeah. What's the worst thing to eat before a tournament? The worst thing to eat. What would be the worst thing to eat before a tournament? Well, you want to say like candy, but oh, they give you sugar. But then there's the crash. So maybe things really high in sugar that will give you a crash. Maybe don't do that. Marble says, isn't Fat Devin just same as old 260-pound Levon with 30 pounds of belly fat and guts? Devin and Levon are nowhere near the same stylistically or frame-wise or anything like that. So I don't know. No, it's not the same. Lukey says, all Devin's wrist is upper body. His legs are just sticks for walking. That's true. Unposted says, Corey West versus Schoolboy. If Schoolboy can crank open Corey West's wrist, then damn. Schoolboy is on a different level. So I have to give that to Corey West. Ronan Unleashed says, Derek will catapult himself into the annals of history. Hermes Desperini says, when is the point that you know it's time to take the hard stuff? Like a major defeat or just finding your current limit? Knowing I have to take the hard stuff would be, what's the situation? It'd be a place where I've put in a ton of work and I'm in the best shape of my life, and I'm just like, I have tried everything. I'm eating right, everything, I'm lifting fully. My numbers are kind of plateauing, hopefully. I'm not still climbing. They're kind of plateaued, and I'm just big and strong, and I'm all that is man. And then I get to really, really get into my strongest position against one of the top guys, and if I still am not there, and I'm not plateauing, everything, I have the stuff dialed in, then I would consider doing some crazier shit. That'd probably be around the time that would happen. Let's see. Ray Sadi says, hey, Big Derek, how is your form now? As always, any news about the Beast? How is my form now? Good. Ow. I almost got a bicep, guy. Oh, it was a shadow. I have too much body fat. I'm never going to have badass biceps. But form is good. Strong as always. Strongest I've ever been. I did 215 for 8 reps. So it was 245s and a 10 curls for my 5th set. 215 for 8. So that was good. And then the other day I benched. Remember, if you guys don't follow me, my bench it's a little passion project. I'm trying to get it up there. So I did 365 for 5. I think I had 6 in the tank though. So that's 3 45s and a 25-pound plate on there. I did that for 5. I could have got 6. I stopped though. I was a little scared. But I'm trying to get that up. I want to get to like a 450 bench, I think, right? For my length and stuff, it's gonna be rough. I'm not meant to bench. Yeah, I don't know. Beast, I'm not sure what you're talking about when it says the Beast. Leo Lopes says, who is your possible opponent in Arm Wars? So it was we wanted Lachlan Adair, but Lachlan has some travel restrictions from Australia. Totally understandable. So it'd be rough for him to leave right now. So after that, the name Tobias Barong was mentioned. That's scary. I had to think about it for a little bit, but I was like, you know what? I'm down. So maybe Tobias, he's, for those of you guys that don't know, Tobias is from Sweden. He's one of the top guys, if not the top guy in Sweden. He's like 6'7", like my height almost, but like athletic. I think he might have abs. And he's just a freak. I think he's like 10 years younger than me. And the dude, I think he's heavy lefty, but he's also really good right-handed. And he got like third or second in Zloty left-handed. He's an absolute monster. I just picture like fast moving parts, and he's so strong. But I had to think about it for a minute, because I just feel like he has a lot of options and a lot of tools right there. So, but yeah, I gave my blessing on the match, and so I'm just waiting to hear if that happens. If not, it's understandable. You know, my time will come. So I just got to keep training and keep moving forward, and then opportunities will present themselves, hopefully. Everyone hit that like button from Luke Yeet. Oh, thanks, Luke. Yeah, if you guys could just go ahead and yeet your hand down there and hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. Computer Cat says, have you ever had tennis elbow, and how do you treat that? When I have elbow pains and stuff like that, guys, it's well, anti-inflammatories can help if it's nerve inflammation. You can also do nerve glides, like stretches and stuff like this. Like Ray has them on his channel, where you do this and you rotate your elbows and stuff like that. So you can do nerve glides, but sleeping with your arms straight so that your elbow isn't compressed, so things can keep moving. Ice to help with inflammation, things like that help out. It just depends on, and yes, I've had inflammation in my elbow. Of course, I think every arm wrestler has it. So just time. Big Stormcraft says, love your streams. Your live from Turkey was great. Have you pulled Jerome Loud or Bergansky? No, actually, I haven't arm wrestled either one of those guys. Jerome looks like an absolute tank. I've seen some small clips of him, and if you're talking about Andrew Bergansky, I've seen clips of him as well. He doesn't really travel, right? I think he has something with flying. I'd love to pull either one of them and feel how strong they are, because they seem amazing. I'm trying to I'm trying to get so big and strong, guys, right now, that I just go on a tear, and it's just like, holy shit, Derek is at some crazy level. Like, that's the plan. I'm trying to get there, and I have some plans, laying out structuring my programming and training and stuff like that. And things are moving forward. I think I was at a good level a few months ago. I plan on being whole nother level pretty soon. And then moving forward from there. I mean, I gotta start making some serious waves. So at some point, once everything gets settled and I feel like I'm at a really good level where I want to be, I'll start maybe being more active and just flying around and hitting a ton of tournaments and just trying to cement myself, I guess. Let's see. Craig D, if you take PEDs for arm wrestling, will you also get shredded? I think it depends on what you're taking and your diet and all that type of stuff. It depends on what you're taking. I wouldn't mind being shredded. I've never been shredded. When I was in high school, I could almost see a six-pack, but I was 215 pounds in high school. I'm like 360 now. So, super chat in the house from Saucy James for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Says, still new, 6 months in, and joints hurt like hell. It's taken away big time from my gym lifts. Is this normal? Should I hit the table less and balance it more with gym, or stick with the table time? All right, Saucy. So, my approach, and everybody has different approaches to this. I don't want you to get hurt, like injured, right? Being tore down and being sore is one thing, but being actually injured, avoid that. That being said, I feel like that pain you're experiencing, especially in your elbows and stuff like that, arm wrestling is an unnatural movement, guys. Our body is not made to do this rotational pressure at a very high level, or else our rotator cuff would be gigantic, right? We're not meant to do this. Our joints aren't meant for this. So when you start arm wrestling, your body is like, oh shit, this hurts a lot. Like, oh my god. And so it starts developing things like scar tissue and calcifying your bones, and everything gets thicker and more built, and it starts protecting your body, right? So what you're doing now is you're basically building your armor that protects your joints and stuff from training. Now, you can stop training and stop doing the table time and try to feel good and go worry about strength right now, and then just kind of prolong that elbow pain. Or the way me and my team kind of do it is we got to go at it. I'm telling them we can go right at this problem, guys, and we can start. And that's why that's one of the reasons I have my guys hook from practice number 1. They're hooking. There's inside pressure, and we go at the problem. Try to get it done in a few months, depending on how fast you heal. Anywhere from 7 months to a year. Kind of go at it, and let's just get it out of the way, so your elbows are more developed and you can handle it, and then we can get back to heavy training ASAP. Because right now I feel like if you do that balance of, oh, table time for a week, and you're never going to get really significant lifts. And plus, if you're a new guy, you're going to be tore down for a while. So stick it out for, and it depends on your age and how fast you're healing and things like that. I don't know that stuff about you, but I would say stick it out for a little bit longer. Keep going at, take a ton of joint supplements, drink your milk, things like that. Take care of your body, heal up as much as you can. Don't ever massage in here. Don't ever massage in here. Keep all that, because that's where all that armor, that's where that, that all that scar tissue and everything is getting built up. Just let it build. Let it build. And then that stuff is going to protect your elbow. And then, and this is all in terms of arm wrestling and getting stronger side pressure for arm wrestling. So I would say let it build for a little while, man. Stay the course. Have faith. Make sure you're targeting it appropriately and don't get hurt. Know your body. Pay attention to your body for sure. But yeah, I don't say run. I'm not a fan of running from it at all. J Web Fitness is in the chat right now. It's one of my teammates. He could tell you right here. He says my elbow pain is pretty much gone. Justin's been arm wrestling with us for, I don't even think a year yet. Has it been a year? And he says his pain's pretty much gone. He's young. Actually, he's not super young, huh? Justin, I forgot. You're not as young as I thought. But Justin's a healthy dude in the gym a lot and takes care of his diet and everything like that, and he's healing up. So I think going at the problem is always better. Hopefully that answers your question, man. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see, where we at? Mike Hawk, what's up, bud? Says, will you try to get a hold of Riley Reed and introduce each other to your hobbies? Huh? Who's Riley Reed? I have no plans. Brett Tremblay says, never eat a bowl of cereal before a practice or a match. That sounds like you had a bad experience. Ghost peppers would be terrible to eat before a match. Yeah. So there's a ton of things I guess I didn't think about that would be terrible to eat before a match. Marble says, I meant Devin. Fat big Devin is just 260-pound Devin with 30 pounds belly and guts. Is he though? I mean, everything looked big. His neck looked big. His shoulders looked big. I think there was more. I think there's more on top of that. Just there was padding that came with it. Ronan says, when you peak, it can't go further. There you go. That's when I would think about it. Craig D says, if you got a match with Levon and had 6 months to get ready, how much PEDs would you take for that match? All of them. I would take all of them. No, right now, right? Dude, I've said yes to match. I will say yes to any match. I'm not afraid. Like I said, I'm not afraid. I need to be more intelligent about my matches because that's how I got a match with John Brzenk, Devin Larratt, and Tim Bresnan. None of those matches that I had that I got 3-0'd in, none of those matches did I seek them out. It was like a random opportunity, like a promoter or then they themselves were like, hey, you want a match? And I was like, okay. And like they knew they were going to beat me, but I'm like, yo, what's the worst that could happen? So so I do these matches, I get 3-0'd, and it sits with me for history. But I mean, why would I turn down a match? Like, Devin hit me up like 2 days or 3 days before we had our match. Hey, I'll be out in the area in like 2 days. You want a match? Yeah. Fucking yeah. Let's do it. Like, why not? Why would I say no? That's an opportunity to compete with the best in the world. So, in terms of me versus Levon, I'm honestly, if I don't think I would take it right now. When I have a match with Levon, I want to be at a level where I feel like I can beat Levon, right? And I don't feel like I'll be there in 6 months, regardless of steroid use. So I need to be smart for once in my life with my career here, and I would make the decision not yet. Let's wait a little bit before I would accept that match. But yeah, then I'd take everything. Great says, ever thought about doing some strongman? You have the build for it. Hell no. I hate doing squats and deadlifts. Fuck those lifts. I went to a strongman gym and I would mess around with the strongman equipment. I do love log presses though. Oh, I love the way the log feels. But other things I'm not a big fan of. I don't know. I don't like having like 8,000 pounds on my back and like, trying to crush my spine. I don't know. I'm good. Hard pass. And like wear and tear on your body. Jesus, dude. What's your greatest victory in arm wrestling? I don't know. I beat Ron Bath like a month ago. That was cool. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Yeah, I'd have to think about it. Rainder Warhide says, do you have a girlfriend? No. I'm single as shit. Daniel York posting the Discord's link right here, guys, in the chat. Daniel Urick, my moderator right here, posting the Discord link. You guys go ahead and join up. Come chat with me. Send me private messages. Send me your training questions. Send me video clips of you guys training, and we can talk for sure. It's easier that way than in here for sure, because I can see what you guys are talking about. And I would love to help you guys out. Love helping new guys move forward in their quest for arm wrestling. Floor Monk says Tobias is a beast. Yeah, he is. Corey Brown says, who? I just got here. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Craig D says, are trapezius and neck muscles good for arm wrestling? Yeah, when you're tightening up your traps, when you drive sideways, it helps cement everything in here, so hopefully you don't tear it. It's just one more component to keeping everything tight in your shoulder and whatnot. So yeah, I definitely work my traps a lot. Ray says 215 for 8 reps is crazy, man. Keep it up, and strong bench too, having large hands. Come on, man. The Beast Agent, any news? No, I don't have any news on Travis Agent at all. I haven't talked to him. When we pull Chance Shaw from Craig D, we don't have any plans. We keep dodging that match. We, not him. We keep kind of avoiding that for now. We have a good trajectory, guys. I know everybody wants to see us arm wrestle for real, but I'm moving up. He's moving up. One of us loses, it kind of slows down our moving up ability. And we want to focus on the big names. We want to focus on trying to take out those guys that have been around for a while. Chris says, you should live stream you crashing random practices you find on Armbet and pull everyone. That'd be fun. There are no random practices out here. You guys, in Southern California, I am so involved in like every aspect of it that if there's any hidden practice for me that I don't know about, damn, because I definitely have my my ear to the ground. I'm lit for every type of match. I'm all over it. So yeah, I mean, man, if you guys are having any practice in Southern California I don't know about, please let me know and I'll show up if my work schedule allows. Tim Doonan says, what's the threshold for back pressure and side pressure that one becomes relevant at a pro level? It depends. It's you guys, I don't think there's a strict number. I mean, okay, back pressure is your ability to slide your arm back. We'll put it that way. Now, while maintaining an angle, right? I can slide my lat back, but my arm opens up. What's the point, right? So back pressure is sliding your elbow back while your arm coming with it. So if we're talking about measuring back pressure, let's do like a strap around your wrist straight to a pulley system and yanking that back. Yeah, I don't have a set number, man, because there's other things that play. There's other things that play. It's like hand height and cupping power, and if you open up their wrist, how much can they hold on compared to how much can they hold on if their wrist is like this. There's a lot of different things that come to play on an actual match. So like I'll never curl or bench as much as Levon. It's not gonna happen, right? Because of his build, just based off his build, right? He has shorter arms than me, thicker hand, thicker body. Like he's gonna be able to move weight like that. But that doesn't mean I can't eventually beat Levon in arm wrestling, right? So I don't get obsessed with numbers like that, to be honest. I wish I had a better answer for you as far as specific numbers, but I don't. Yeah, sorry. I would say, man, if you want to look at numbers, go watch the training videos of Vitaly and all them, and they have the numbers in the corner, and you could try to copy those. But yeah, when people's hands start opening and their biceps start opening, that's when your back pressure and side pressure are enough. Craig D says, what occupations or jobs do you think naturally create good arm wrestlers? In my opinion, baseball players have really strong wrists. More often than not, when I face like a good baseball player, they're like really strong. Everybody has different opinions. Devin says male models. I've heard construction workers, people that work with their hands and stuff. But for some reason, I don't know, baseball players have always been like really strong when I've gripped up with them. Ronan Unleashed says glucosamine, chondroner, blah, 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 blah. You can get awesome products from Species Nutrition that has all three in it. Sarah Latona in the chat, coming in from Las Vegas, arm wrestling team. Sarah says, can't wait to train with you guys. Sarah, you are so welcome to come out here and train with me and the squad. Of course, you and Jason are always welcome. I can't wait for you guys to come out and we can talk and work on things and start moving to that next level. Mark J says, Riley Reed, LOL. Wait. Riley Reed? Is it? I don't. Okay, tell me who Riley Reed is before I start guessing. Mike Hawk. says LMAO. Music Fiend says, yo, Derek, yo, what's up, man? Thanks for joining up. Mark J says, what Captain's a Crush do I need to close to be a pro arm wrestler? None. I don't know. Devin can't close shit, and he's a pro arm wrestler. So I've done the 3. The 3.5 is like that close, about that. I get to 3.5 there, but I also don't train those at all. I bought them recently, and I wanted to try them out, but I haven't. Should we try it? Do you guys want me to try a 3.5 right now? Wait. Oh, no, the 3.5's out in the garage. I got the 2.5 and the 3 right here in the drawer behind me. The 3.5's in the garage. Damn it. That'd be fun. Something fun to do on stream. Also, all my chalk is out there in the garage. I might be able to do the 3 for you guys, though, if you guys want me to try to do the 3. Let's see. Love the way the log feels. Pause. Thoughts on arm wrestling Cleve Dean? Oh, I never got to meet him. That's like a big regret of mine. I really wish I would have been able to meet Cleve before he passed away. Such a legend of sport, and shook that massive hand and talked to him. Seems like a super nice guy in the interviews I've seen. Rest in peace for sure. Cleve Dean, amazing dude. After that practice with Michael, when he flash pinned you a few times, but then you were able to win in the end, was Michael stronger than you thought, or did you know Devin was going to win after that? When I pulled with Mike, I was worried that if I could take his wrist, I know Devin has more posting ability than me, and Devin's smarter than me, and has more rising ability than me. So I was worried about that potentially happening. Mike was confident when I was at his house that he was tore up when we practiced a little bit. He was tore down, and that his wrist would be stronger day of, and he'd be able to contain Devin. I was a little worried about it, but he was confident that that would not happen. I don't know. Hello? Can't read your name. I'm sorry. I don't know how to pronounce that. Craig D says, what's your arm wrestling nickname, or what do you want it to be? Oh, God, we're not getting into this. I don't know. I told Neil, though. I said, hey, if I go to Arm Wars, then you officially are going to have to nickname me. And he said, yeah. He said, we're going to think about that. I said, all right, well, you let me know. So hopefully he can come up with one that isn't terrible. All anybody says is like the most annoying, the big guy, the tower, the pillar of strength, the giraffe, the Brontosaurus Rex. Max Sterling with the super chat, $20. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Says, who would be your top 5 arm wrestlers to represent United States versus Europe? Wait, you said United States? U.S. So you're not talking about North America. You're talking about United States. Top 5 arm wrestlers in the United States to represent against Europe. Well, obviously, Mike Todd, Dave Chafee, Jerry. I mean, it's the top ranked guys. It's going to be for the most part, people with really good hands, hand dependent arm wrestlers, guys that are known for their hand control, will do better in Europe, in my opinion. Guys that are really bicep and chest and arm dependent won't do as well. After going out there and realizing the level of people's hands and wrists, like, it's wild, guys. So I would say, someone says Dan Mosier. Dan. Okay, there we go. We'll put up Dan, and I really want to see Storm Chelino. Storm has a ridiculous hand. I'd really be interested in seeing Storm Chelino go over there and arm wrestle some guys and see how he does. I think he would do well. I think he would impress a lot of people. I think his hand would really hold up at a very high level. Thank you for the super chat, Max. I hope that answers your question. Chris Sikora, 199 super chat says, how was it pulling John Brzenk? Any takeaways? Yeah. I got some takeaways from pulling John. One, John, for those of you guys that don't know the story, John, secretly, I had a practice with John Brzenk. I had a practice with John Brzenk like years before our super match, right? And I went out there and I was pulling John, and when I got there, I was a little bit late. And I don't know, 20, 25 or an hour late or so, somewhere in there. I forget. It was in Arizona. It was like a 6-hour drive. We were a little late. But I get there, and when I gripped up with John, I was beating him. I'm like hooking him. I'm like top rolling him, and I'm beating John Brzenk. And I'm like, what? Like, no way, right? Because I know it's John Brzenk. Like, I know he's stronger than me. Like, why am I beating you, what do you mean? Like, he'd even go sit down for 10 minutes and come back, and I would beat him. I was like, what is going on? So after I get home from that practice, I messaged John and I said, hey, I know I can't beat you. Why was I able to beat you at this practice? Like, what was going on? Like, what? That's not real. You know, I was coming from a standpoint of, John, explain to me, because I know you're stronger than me. Like, why was I able to beat you? Like, why were you so? What was up? And apparently, John took that in a negative context. Apparently, John took that as like me, like kind of slightly talking shit, or like I in no way meant it that way. But apparently, he held on to that grudge for like 2 years. So when offered the match with me, John, I thought we were just taking it and doing it not for fun. Like, I was gonna try my best, but from John's perspective, I thought he was like, yeah, I'll take a match with Derek. Like, whatever, not a big deal. And I'm not saying he was training all out like I was the focal point of his life, but John had some fire and he wanted to embarrass. We talked later after the match, like he wanted to beat me. John took me as serious as he was gonna take anybody at that moment. And so step one, speak correctly to John Brzenk. And don't piss him off. That was my first takeaway. So other than that, John has an insane wrist, guys. Like, his ability to pronate is wild. Not only his ability, but like like Ingen Terzi said to me, there's a time where me and Ingen were walking around in Turkey, and I was asking him questions, and he said, John Brzenk arm wrestles the way me and you breathe or walk. It's like, it's a natural movement for him. So he just naturally can perform amazingly like technical moves, like just at the drop of a hat, like breathing, right? Or like walking, like you would walk around a stick, you would step over a crack, like that's the way he adjusts for arm wrestling. He just moves, right? And he does it all super efficiently, the most efficient way you can. So arm wrestling John was crazy in terms of his wrist strength. We arm wrestled about 4 months after our super match, a practice. He came out here, and I was getting him in practice again. But yeah, I mean, when he wants to crank that wrist, that pronation is just nuts. It's nuts. But he has that shoulder problem and stuff too right now. He's all injured. But it looks like he's training again right now. I haven't heard anything official, but then again, I haven't been watching anything. Has John officially announced if he's going to be competing in that top 8 or no? Where was I? Arm Wrestling Companion says, are bouncers good arm wrestlers? Not traditionally, no. Vile says 3.5, go get it. It would take me a while, guys. I'd be gone for like 4 minutes to go get that. I don't want to leave you guys here, leave the stream just sitting here. Tim Morgan says, looks like we're moving to the garage. Lonnie Smith says, LOL Giraffe. There is someone called the Steel Giraffe, Nicholas Nanestead. His nickname is a Steel Giraffe, so that's already taken. Craig D, realistically, how old can arm wrestling be and still can AR be and still be world number 1, 50, 60? Okay, how long can an AR arm wrestler, I think he means, be and still be world number 1? Depends, man. If you have an arm that doesn't go straight and an iron wrist, and you can go for a while. But I don't expect us to ever see anybody at the super heavyweight level, like over 50. What? Like, that would be insane. I can't see that happening. But maybe one day. Maybe. Aaron Castillo says, Derek the Wrecking Ball Smith. Arm Wrestling Opinion asked if I'm going to play Halo Infinite. You know what? I was thinking about that today. I think I will download it. I heard it's going to be free, right? So I'll probably play a little bit. Bishop Arm Wrestling. Derek the Practice Goat Smith. Corey Brown, your stream is very delayed. I think you react to comments rest. Oh, I gotcha. Bishop Derek Disrespect Smith. That's not me. Craig D, 10,000 hour rule for arm wrestling to be a master equals outliers. Malcolm Gladwell. Yeah, I mean, you got to do it for a while, guys, for sure. High Dollar Entertainment says, I heard they canceled it. Not sure, though. Oh, about the John Brzenk thing? He says, no, they have a super match in 4 weeks. Spencer Doucette says, sup, a little late to the party at work, but listening when I can. Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. Tim Morgan says, John is supposed to have a match with David Dadikian in September or October. I forget what he said last. Good. Raw Torque says, Derek plus Demand flexy arms. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Aaron Castillo, yeah, John is doing a match with that got moved to October with David. Awesome. It's gonna be awesome to see him compete again. Like whatever happens, like I want to see him compete, and it's good to see him have a little bit of fire and get into it. Where do you see yourself rank wise in 3 years? In 3 years? Boom. 3 years, dude. Yes, I have to be. Jesus, how long is this gonna take? 3 years, number one. Me a number one. 3 years for sure. Damn it, dude. If I don't reach my goal in 3 years, fuck. How long is this gonna take? Damian Schlosser in the chat says, did you mention your trip here yet? No, I have not mentioned it, Damian. On July 25th, I will be flying to North Carolina to be practicing with James Reach Rides and the crew, Damian Schlosser here, and their team out there. We'll be doing a good practice. I might do a little seminar, we'll meet and greet, hang out, talk to the guys, help them improve their game, hopefully. I'll be staying out there for 2 days. If you guys, Damian, what city? Can you post in the chat what city it'll be in, please? So I can tell everybody to show up. Come hang out with us. Raw Torque says, excellent content. Thanks. No problem, man. Do you have to have MJ's competitiveness to be the best arm wrestler? I don't think you can make it very far if you're not competitive. You got to find that fire, man. You got to find that fire. Corey Brown says, how much did Gasparini surprise you for got his size? Do you think he'd do well in top 8? Oh, yeah, I think he'd do well in top 8 for sure. Surprise me? Well, I mean, I knew who he was, so it didn't really surprise me. But, I mean, if I didn't know who he was, he'd be surprising as hell. But, I mean, his reputation preceded him. It'll be in the Charlotte area. So, yeah, those of you guys that are around Charlotte, North Carolina on July 25th, come hang out. Come hang out. Come arm wrestle. Right? Let's talk about stuff. We'll get on the table. You know? See what you guys can do. See if you can move this left arm. No. We'll just go over some stuff, work on some stuff, hang out, maybe have a beer. Wait, am I allowed to have a beer there, Damien? Is beer permitted? Craig D says, do you want to arm wrestle Matt Mask? Yes. I'd love to pull with Matt. For sure. I have a ton of respect for Matt. The only time we were gripped up, he whooped my ass. I would love to pull with him and hopefully learn some stuff. Do wrists get thicker with arm wrestling training, or people with naturally thick wrists just happen to be arm wrestling? My wrist, I remember when I first started arm wrestling, I could cover my my fingernail like this when I started arm wrestling. So that's where we're at now. But my hand has gotten fatter, which makes it harder to wrap around there. And I've gotten fatter or gained weight, so I'm sure there's like fat and stuff in here. But on top of all of that, yes, I believe your wrist can get thicker because the tendons and all that stuff in there and ligaments, I'm sure it gets thicker, and muscles and stuff. So yeah, I think you can get thicker wrists from arm wrestling for sure. Tim Morgan says, Derek, what did you think of Tom's return matches? Did you get anything from watching him pull other than he's still pretty damn good? So he's talking about Tom Nelson. Tom Nelson, the guy I have a match with on September 4th, pulled in a tournament recently. And he's asking my opinion on Tom's matches and if it has any correlation to me pulling Tom, which I don't think it does. It was great to see Tom in good form. Looked healthy, securing that hook, getting people driving sideways. It was awesome. Tom, impressive as always. There was nobody really at a crazy level to pose a threat for him there. The strongest guy I think I saw him come across was Luke Kent, and him and Luke kind of almost slipped, but they gave Tom the win. But yeah, there wasn't a lot of information to go off of in terms of what strength level he's at right now. But his form looked good. He was snatching, getting a hold of people, and he looked like it was he was moving pretty well. But I couldn't take a lot as far as gauging, measuring his strength level right now. So yeah, but he looked good. Sarah Latona says, "What's going on with Mike? Do you know what he wants to do next?" I believe she's talking about Mega Mike, my teammate. He has a super match the same day that I pull Tom Nelson. Mega Mike will be arm wrestling a guy named Jonathan Hoffman at 245 pounds, right-handed, in the same card. So he'll have a super match on that same day. Besides that, we're going to be heading out to Arizona on August 6th, 7th for the Mind, MYND arm wrestling series in Scottsdale, Arizona on August 6th, 7th. If you guys want to head out there and hang out, come on out. Let's talk. Let's hang out. Let's talk about arm wrestling. It'd be a good time to compete. I'm definitely going to be arm wrestling left-handed there. Not sure if I'm going to do righty or not because it's only 1 month away from my super match, and I don't know if I should risk getting injured and blah 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 blah. So I'll definitely put my left arm on the table there, though. I might just keep the right off. I'm not sure. We'll see. Because Tony Tomlinson has a match with Tom Nelson the same day I do, left-handed, and Tony's going out to Texas to pull two different separate super matches, and one of them's left-handed a month before his match with Tom, which is crazy. James Young says, Devin took his mind to a different level. Can you get there? I came to terms with the fact, when I had my little super match with Devin, I can't gain the amount of experience between us, right? Devin has a lot of experience over me, right? I can't just, there's no fast way to just jump forward in experience, right? And on top of that, he's like a genius in arm wrestling. Like, he is a hardcore chess playing, puzzle moving mofo. So I'm a pretty intelligent arm wrestler. I fancy myself a savvy guy when it comes to the sport. But as far as application in the moment of, Devin has so much experience on me. So I can't see myself making big gains on that. But in terms of ever trying to pass up Devin or beat Devin, I don't think I'll be able to outthink him or out-trick him. But Denis Saplenkov did something else. I might be able to just be way stronger than him at some point. Right, not right now. So in terms of me arm wrestling Devin, yeah, my plan is to next time if I face him for real in a real match, just be way stronger than him. I think I have to be, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'll be sharper in my own right, in my own Derek style of arm wrestling. But man, once you guys are competing with Devin and he's doing all the tricks and stuff to you, and I know the tricks. I've been around forever. I understand, I grasp them. I know what each trick does and why he does it, but it's like crazy how smart he is in terms of arm wrestling. And yeah, so I was like kind of blown away a little bit in terms of that. Raw Torque says, Derek, the babyface assassin. Yeah, I know. I'm getting older, guys. I'm getting old. Corey Brown says, damn, that hand has more meat on it than a chicken. It's a little meaty. Guys, look, I can't touch the base of my pinky with my thumb anymore by itself. Can you guys? Lefty, I can do it. I can't do it righty anymore. It's gotten too thick. So, yeah, I lost that ability, sadly. Grip training. Why was Devin and Michael talking about whose hand size was bigger? Just measuring dicks. Raw Torque says, smash that like button, folks. That's true. What do we have? 102 people in here, 97 likes, but we've been streaming for 92 minutes. That means a lot of people have left and come in. So we can get over, we should be able to pass 102 likes right now. Oh, 99 likes? Let's see. Let's go past 102. Boom, 100 likes. There it is. Can we pass 102 likes? 101? Oh, we're almost there. I want to pass up the amount of viewers. You guys are beasts. There we go. All right. Okay, I got a bunch of questions coming in here. All right. I like asking you guys questions. Let's think of some interesting questions for you guys. I'm really interested. So, we'll start off with the obvious one. 1 for Devin, 2 for Levon. 1 for Devin, 2 for Levon. Who wins that match? You guys in the chat, 1 for Devin, 2 for Levon. Let's see who starts winning that. 1 for Devin, 2 for Levon. Sarah Latona with Levon. Brendan Daniels, Levon. Craig, Devin. Rebecca Todd, Devin. Rebecca! Okay. 1. Devin's winning this. 1 for Devin, 2 for Levon. 1 for Devin, 2 for Levon. Wow. Devin's winning this in, definitely in a popularity contest, Devin's going to win. So happy Rebecca's in here. Rebecca, you're one of my favorite humans on the planet. Thank you so much for joining up. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope Oreo's okay. Send Oreo my love. Derek, I still love your explanations. Hooking and Larry's channel. Probably the best I've seen many more. Please do more technical videos. I need to. Okay, so it looks like Devin won that contest. Not really that interesting, though. He's a favorite. And if a 293 Devin goes in there, man, that would be interesting to say the least. Yeah. Okay, so okay. Rebecca's favorite favorite topic of all time. Rebecca versus Jody. One for Rebecca, two for Jody. I know Rebecca loves this. One for Rebecca, two for Jody. In an arm wrestling match. One for Rebecca, two for Jody. Oh, Jody. Oh, one. There we go. Jody's winning out the popularity contest for an arm wrestling match. There we go. This is Rebecca. Jody. Y'all are just mean. Rebecca, you guys remember, Rebecca is not an arm wrestler. She doesn't have any real interest, usually, traditionally, in competing as an arm wrestler. You know, it was just, that's why she's, people always bring it up, though. You know, oh, when are you going to arm wrestle again? And she's like, it's not my thing. It's Mike's thing. So I'm just messing with her. Okay. So let's go with, Jody won't. She's too smart. What's other? Oh, okay. Vitali and Jerry. Vitali 1, Jerry Cataret 2. Vitali 1, Jerry Cataret 2. I have a feeling it's be landslide Vitali in the chat. Vitali 1, Jerry Cataret 2. Oh. 1. Vitali too fast. 1. Oh, Rebecca says 1. 1. Okay, not many people thinking Jerry has a chance there. Ah, man, I could see the image of just Jerry behind it and just sitting there and Vitali just. I don't know why I could see it in my head. Maybe he'll flash Jerry. Maybe that'll happen. I don't know. Damn, that's like almost like it's like a 90% Vitali success rate in the chat. Michael says good chance, Jerry. See, woo. What's up, Mike? Hope you're doing well, bud. I need to call you guys. I'll call you guys later. I need to talk to you guys anyway. Jerry underrated AF. Some says at the Source Studios. Yeah. Oliver Marth with a $5 super chat. Thank you, bud. Says I think I might try to come out to Charlotte late July and have gotten into training for arm wrestling since COVID, and I have pulled with friends, but no table experience yet. Oliver, dude, message me on Instagram or anywhere else. AW Derek is my Instagram, guys, and the YouTube channel. Message me on Instagram, and we'll talk and set up. You can come out there to the practice, man. Okay, Spencer brings up a good point. Let's pay homage to the actual match in top 8. Vitali versus Krasny. Vitali 1, Krasny 2. I know this is an actual match that's going to happen. You guys, I think Vitali is going to be way too much outside for Krasny. So Vitali 1, Krasny 2. 1. Yep. Yeah. 1. Yeah, that's what I mean. 6-0, 1. Dude, I don't think anybody's going to say Krasny. Like, oh, there we go. Aaron Castillo, too. I think he's just doing it just to do it. Yeah, I do. I just think it's just stylistically, too. I don't think it's a great matchup for Krasny. But, I mean, they're just doing it just off brackets. We are still in Hot Springs. We head out Monday. Oh, cool. Your boy Mike looks like a killer. Reminds me of Matt Gardner. Is there any chance he'll train with other arm wrestlers from Cali to prepare, like Tomlinson or that older 6'6" lefty guy from North Cal? Not sure. Chance Shaw up in the chat. Here he is. What up, Derek, says Chance. What's up, Chance? I think I hit you up yesterday. You didn't respond. Asshole. Anyway. You guys, if you haven't had a chance to check out Chance's channel, that's a lot of ch. Then go ahead and check out his YouTube channel. He's out there with Kyle Depew doing big things right now. His boy, Kyle. Daniel, can you put Chance's YouTube channel in the chat? You did not call me 3 times, no answer. Unless you did it just now, and I've been on, my phone's on silent. So, yeah, Chance Shaw, man, moving up in the world of arm wrestling. Okay. Let's do I'm going to do a couple more polls, and then we'll start wrapping this thing up, guys. Let's see. Oh, here's a good one. I love this one. Chance Shaw, because he's in the chat, versus Schoolboy. Chance Shaw 1, Schoolboy 2. Chance Shaw 1, Schoolboy 2. Let's see what you guys got. Chance Shaw 1, Schoolboy 2. Oh, 2? Okay, 2. Ooh, Schoolboy winning out 2. Woo! 1 Chance. You are getting destroyed in this. Oh, shit. Ah, there you go. Rebecca says 1. Oh man. Okay, now it's going. It's a little more even now. Wow. Okay, here comes the one. Uncle John's arm wrestling show in the house. Thanks for tuning in, John. Always good to see you, bud. Okay, so it kind of evened out a little at the end, but Schoolboy was ruining you at the beginning. It started to even out a little bit. Uncle John in the chat, you guys. We, as always, I will be getting off here in a little bit, and John will be going live. What time is it? 5:42. John will be going live in 15 minutes. Correct, John? 15? Maybe we'll just stay on here until John goes. Okay, so that was a good one. So we'll put that at 50-50 as far as the voting went for Chance and I picked Chance versus the World. Hey, John, what is the name of that thing that's going on at the end of September that you're going to be involved in? I can't remember. What's it called? What's that thing at the end of September? What is that? Oh yeah, it's called Arm Wars Reality Check. Uncle John has a super match. You guys got to tune in, Arm Wars Reality Check, and see my man John here on the big stage. My man killing it, jumping up, go, getting his big shot out there. You guys give Uncle John some love. He is a man of the people, like myself. You guys, we got to tune in and support John. I'm trying to get on that card. That's the card I would like to be on, guys, but I don't know if it's going to happen. But if it does happen, awesome. If not, we still have to show some support for John. Yes, it's his chance. It's his chance. Why do I keep saying chance with chances in the chat? Oh, people say me versus Schoolboy make it happen. Okay, let's do one more poll. I said we're gonna do two more, so one more poll. Let's do a good one. Let's do a good one. Let's do. Oh, okay. This is going to be a little hard to hold on to this, right? There is a 4-way round robin coming up, guys. A 4-way round robin. This is happening. Chance Shaw, Mike Aiello, Don Underwood, and Jordan Sill. 4-way round robin. It's coming up, right? So, on this topic, we're going to go Chance number 1, Mike number 2, Don number 3, Sill number 4. Chance 1, Mike Aiello number 2, Don number 3, Sill number 4. Chance, Mike, Don, Sill. Oh, see, Mike Aiello taking it right here. Mike Aiello's number 2. Chance number 1. Okay, some chances. Number 3, Don Underwood. 4. There's the first Jordan Sill. 4, Jordan Sill. Okay. 3, 2. It looks like Mike Aiello's winning this so far. In the poll. Right? Okay. Wow, Jersey Swag number 2, 1, Chances number 1, Mike Aiello number 2, Don Underwood number 3, and Jordan Sill number 4. Tony Tomlinson in the chat. There he is. What's up, big guy? Okay. Rebecca Todd says, Mike Aiello, eat that, Chance. Okay, Tony Tomlinson jumped in. You guys, Tony Tomlinson is my main man from Orange County. He will be arm wrestling Tom Nelson left-handed at the King of California left-handed super match, right? So that is my main man right there. You outweigh Mike by 20 pounds right now, Chance. You are huge. I mean, I'm pretty big. I can't say shit. I'm pretty big. So it looks like on that poll, Mike Aiello wins out. On that poll, Mike Aiello wins out. And I think it comes down to Chance or Mike. It's a lot. I don't know how that match goes stylistically with Chance and Mike. Only because it really depends on how much Chance controls center table and how fast he is off the go, in my opinion. And if Mike's willing to go floppy. If Mike goes flop and gets to go a little bit first with a little bit of that shoulder behind, I don't know if you can hold it, bud. It's a lot. I'm interested to see. I'm very interested to see. There's going to be a lot there. But I do think it's going to be between you and Mike for sure. I agree. Channel 37 says, can you recommend me the best side pressure workout in your opinion, please? Side pressure is basically your chest, your pecs, and your rotator cuff in the shoulder for a little bit of stability. But the driving factors are your rotator cuff and your chest. So things that build your rotator cuff and your chest, right? Like I'm going to go all Silence of the Lambs with Mike Aiello next time we meet. So I would say things that build up your chest, like flies, pec deck, bench press, things like that. And then in terms of rotator, internal rotation, man, a pulley system like this, or just isolating your rotator cuff. Then it all has to be able to transfer through your elbow to your hand. So your elbow needs to be at a significant level to be able to transfer all that side pressure to the table. But in terms of the gym and internal rotation and chest work. There you go. I feel pain in the elbow. Yeah, if you're doing a lot of side pressure, you're going to feel a lot of pain in your elbow. It goes hand in hand. All right. Craig D says, "How big is your head size?" I don't know. Whatever this is. I don't wear the fitted caps, so I don't know. I've never bought a fitted cap before. Russell Monroe says, "My guy, hey Tony Thompson, why are you arm wrestling super matches a month before your match with Tom Nelson? Make this make sense to me, Tony." And by the way, when I start training, pretty soon in the next few weeks, I'll start doing table time. I might start off doing heavy table time like twice a week. If I do table time twice a week, expect me to show up on Wednesday to your practice, to one of your Wednesday practices, or a couple of them. Damn. You guys are going hard in the chat. People talking mad shit. Okay. Uncle John, what is the name of the guy you're competing against in Arm Wars? I keep forgetting. I know you told me. I'm sorry. I'm a horrible friend. What's the name of the guy that you're competing against? David Bradford. There it is. David Bradford. David Bradford versus Uncle John. Uncle John number 1, David Bradford number 2. Last poll. Uncle John number 1, David Bradford number 2. Mark Meyer in the chat. Good to see you, bud. Haven't seen you in a while, Mark. Uncle John number 1, David Bradford number 2. It's going to be a big time Uncle John tsunami victory in the chat. There it is. That's what I like to see. All right. Mark, good to see you, man. Good to see you guys. Mark, big contributor, guys. He helped out with the East vs. West matchup big time. Remember, Mark, you donated that money, and I sent that, I sent $400, $500. I sent it to the East vs. West fund. So, hell yeah, man. Thank you so much for all that. Yeah, Uncle John gets a popularity vote. Good. Derek versus 400-pound burrito. 400-pound burrito takes it every time. 9 times out of 10. 10 times, 9.5 times out of 10. Jacob was a crazy 90 kg puller back in the day. His left hand is better. This is a better arm. Interesting. Okay. Well, I want to know one thing, guys. If you could set up a match for me next week to compete with anybody, who would it be with my right hand? Give me a name. Just put the last name in the chat. One match for me, 1 week from now. Who would you like to see me pull right-handed? I want to know your guys' opinion. Chance. Tim Bresnan. Right-handed match, 1 week from now. Who would you guys like to see me pull? Mike Aiello. Efe. Oh, I'm getting a lot of different answers. Okay. Schoolboy. Corey West. Toddzilla. Kerdeka. Corey West. Schoolboy. Spoto. Lupkeys. Oh, Jesus. Eric Waffel. Right-handed? You want to see? I already pulled Eric right-handed. That was a while. That was years ago. Corey West. Neil Pickup. Neil don't want any of this right-handed action. I don't know, dude. Neil's a scary dude. That'd be... oh, God. Guys like that have such iron wrists. The older guys have been arm wrestling for a long time. Their wrists are just like... Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. Huh. Khalid. Khalid, he's not... I got you. Hellraiser? You want to see me pull fucking Jeff Hale? He's like 150. Oh, Tony Thompson. Let's go to Wayne Withers. Oh, Cody Merritt. Hey, I'm getting a lot of different names there. I like it, guys. These are all good names, man. I'd love to pull all these guys. There's not a single name I heard so far that I would be afraid to arm wrestle. Yeah, one of my favorite matches of all time is Mike versus Neil. Nice. Ryan Espy, honorable mention, yeah. Lachlan for sure. Down. Yeah, Lachlan's starting to get, like, not because of anything Lachlan's doing in particular, but just his name is getting brought up to me more and more, and it's getting more on my radar. I'd actually like to see you go against Ryan Espy. Yeah, I think Ryan's ranked 10th in North America, right-handed. I'm down. Levon while he wears resistance bands. Oh, fuck. Okay, maybe there's one match I wouldn't take in this whole thing. Destroy Lachlan, please do. It's for the people. You versus Matt Mask. Monster versus Neil was epic. It was, dude. That was a great match. On the beach when they had that suit match. That was an awesome match. That was Lefty, correct? I think that was Lefty. That was an epic matchup. Lots of screaming. That was a good one. Corey West would be too much for you though. Woo-hoo! Although I can't argue that because last time we pulled Corey was too much for me, but not by like by a ton, right? He was too much for me. I admit it, but not by like an insane amount. And I'm stronger now, and I'm getting stronger. So, Corey, I'm coming for you. Corey is so strong. He's an awesome dude too, but he's so strong. Andre Sharkov from Florida, really? I've pulled with Andre when he lived out here, but I mean, obviously he's stronger now. But yeah, we pulled a while ago. Shane Lachlan was too scared to pull you. No. I'm not starting that rumor. Lachlan was not too scared to pull me. It really doesn't make sense. I didn't know about all the travel restrictions over there. He has to come back when he comes back to Australia. He has to stay in a hotel for like 3 weeks and miss out from work. And he has a newborn kid, like a couple weeks old or some shit. Like he has stuff. He can't do that right now. It makes sense. All right. Did you see the Lachlan versus Tom Nelson beef? Yeah, I did. Tom is like, he's crazy. Tom's crazy, and he was going at Lachlan, just talking to shit, and it was good back and forth going for a little while. But Lachlan won't engage fully with Tom. Lachlan keeps taking the high road. I'm waiting for him to just go all out and talk shit with Tom. Actually, me and Tom, was that yesterday? We actually first started talking shit for the first time. See you later, Tony. Practice hard, bud. Yeah, me and Tom started talking shit to each other for the first time last night, a little bit on private message. I forget what he said. Oh, I said, it's crazy because me and Tony are like really taking different approaches to getting ready for our match with you. And he said, yeah, that's crazy. You guys are taking different approaches because it's not going to mean anything different. The outcome won't be different either way. That's what he said. I was like, oh, really? And so it kind of started a little bit of shit talking, but it'll be a fun match day of. I just want Tom, the first time Tom sees me that day, because I haven't seen him in years, I want him to be like, holy shit, you're so much bigger than last time I saw you. And I'll be like, yeah, I am. Prepare yourself. That Brazilian guy. Who is that Brazilian guy, Jeremy James? Who dat? All right, we have 5 minutes. I believe both of us are going to take the victory. Hell yeah, Tony. Team Southern California versus Tom Nelson. Let's get it. Wagner. Oh, that Brazilian guy. Wagner Bortolato. Yeah, dude, that crazy. Me versus Herman Stevens. Herman, is he super right now? I don't know how much he weighs. I think he did get pretty big for that match. Down to pull Herman. That's right, says Tony Tomlinson. Spencer says you'd smash Herman. Herman has a winning record on me, but last time we pulled, I beat him though. Wagner, great, says you should have said, you're right, the outcome will be the same. We both beat you 3-0. Damn. Great. That's a fantastic comeback. I didn't think of that. You're smarter than me. Sorry. Herman was 242. Oh, okay. No, dude, I have a lot of respect for Herman as an arm wrestler. That dude has some capabilities for sure. You versus Gasparini. Who do you got? Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, I would totally truck Hermes. What are you talking about, man? Hermes is he's definitely a level above me right now for sure. I'm not gonna argue that. Hermes would be the heavy favorite. Herman looked like a lightweight next to FA. FA was big. What happens if Dave Chafee wins #1 in the world? If Dave Chafee wins, beats Levon, how does that go? I mean, Mike and Devin beat Dave last time they pulled, but that was in the past, right? So, I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. Does that put Dave as #1 in the world? I know Devin and Mike would be like, well, we beat him, though. That'd be interesting. How does that mess with the rankings? Rebecca, are you still in here? Can you ask Mike what he thinks if Dave wins, how that affects the rankings? I don't know if you're still in here listening or not. I wonder, what would Mike think? If Dave beats Levon, in terms of rankings, would Mike see Dave as #1? How does that... Would Mike even want a match anymore? Would he still be seeking out Levon? Or does he... That's interesting. I haven't thought about that outcome and how it would affect that. Have you pulled Todd Zilla? Yes, I practiced with Todd, and I pulled him in a tournament once. Technically, me and Todd have pulled one time in a tournament, and I won. Take that, Todd. Cram it in your cram hole. Prime Dennis versus Levon. Prime Dennis, dude. How can anybody how can you vote against that? I mean, what kind of information does anybody have to argue against Prime Dennis? What are you thinking your right is at in US around 15th to 20th rank? Question mark. I've like I said for a while, I think it's around 10th. Around 10th. That's where I feel like my right hand is. Yeah. um, I don't know, and that's not specifics. I'm not trying to like harp on anybody like that. I just think like looking at the names, I'm like, I think I'm amongst those guys, right? So that's why. And Ryan Espy, last I checked, was 10th right-handed, and so I would like a match with him right-handed. Have you pulled with Ron Bath? What was the outcome? I pulled Ron Bath left-handed like a month ago, but he had a super match right and left-handed before the tournament. He won both his matches 3-0, I believe. He pretty much destroyed the dude. But, yeah, I pulled him lefty, and I beat him twice left-handed. We did not pull right-handed. But, like I said, that was after his super matches. So, yeah. What are your wrist, forearm, and bicep measurements? I've never measured my wrist. My forearms, oh man, I wish Mike and Rebecca were in here still because we measured over there. I believe it was 18. If anybody from my team is in here, we a lot of us measured. I think I was like 18 and just shy of 21, I believe, biceps. I believe, if I remember correctly. I think me and Mike had the exact same biceps when we were pumped. I think it was just below 21, around just around there. So like we'll say 18 and 21 inches. Pumped. What do you think about Travis Bagent? He's a fantastic arm wrestler, one of the best guys to ever do it, and I have a lot of respect for him. And he's a good buddy of mine. They need to start standardizing hand measurements. I know, right? All right, guys. I'm going to start heading out. We got 2 minutes left, and you guys know where we're all going. You already know where we're all going. It's time. It's 6 o'clock. It's time for us. Can we all please do me a favor? I'm going to shut it off over here. Your left is number 8 on official U.S. rankings arm fighter. Oh, hey. Yeah, lefty, I'm getting up there. I hate left. We're all going to head over to Uncle John's channel, please, guys. So Uncle John's channel will be starting in 2 minutes, in 1 minute now. If everybody could head over there, let him know, hey, Derek sent you. We all came from Derek's channel or whatever, his chat. I really would appreciate it. John's going to be going on there right now. Go show some love. Throw some super chats at my man. You know, John has a big match coming up, guys. He's been doing great things, losing weight, getting strong. John is moving. He is moving in arm wrestling right now. So big fan of my boy over there, and he's doing great things. So you guys, everybody head over to Uncle John's chat. I will be in there as well. I'll at least hang out for a couple minutes in the Uncle John chat. We can talk for a little bit. And then I got to get my ass to the gym. Woo! I'm so excited right now. I'm lifting late tonight. So you guys, thanks for coming in, you guys. I'll try to be more on track with this YouTube stuff. I'm sorry. I know I haven't been here for like 2 weeks or so. I'm sorry about that. I'll be here for you guys. Believe me, I don't forget about the YouTube thing. It's important to me. So you guys be bold, and I'll talk to you guys later.